Hey, what's going on out there, YouTube? This is SEL0320 representing JBS. I was privy to being able to actually check out an early screening for a movie called Capernaum. This movie was shot in Beirut, Lebanon. It is more so Arabic as far as the dialect is concerned. And the director, her name is Nadine Lebaki. She was also starring in the film. And then the main star's name is Zayn. Zayn is also the name of the main character. One thing I'll say about this, to give you a brief synopsis, you have a 12-year-old boy that really just kind of gets in over his head because his home circumstances are really rough, and then he's ended up in a situation where he's alone, and then he ends up with a person by the name of Raheel and her son Giannis, and they kind of take him up under the wing, and then from there the story progresses. But it is so visceral. It is so captivatingly visceral. It's kind of a hybrid of, Slumdog Millionaire, Graveyard of the Fireflies, and just what it does is every bit of emotion is in me is just kind of welled up. There are moments where I really just wanted to kind of cry, but it wouldn't even let me. It wouldn't let me do that because the progression of the story, Zayn, he doesn't even have time to cry. He doesn't even have time to be a little boy. He is 12 years old and he still don't even know his exact age. That's how bad it actually is in his home life. In his home life, like, he's got all these brothers and sisters and he's kind of taking care of them. But the movie starts with him like showing that he's been in prison. He's gone to prison, like he's in this situation, and he wants to sue his parents. And it's kind of just like, okay, how did it get to this point? And I was like, he's probably been a troublemaker, he's probably doing this. Like, no, like, this was a good kid trying to take care of his family, trying to take care of his sisters, trying to make sure they were protected, going and like doing situations where like he has to go and try to find food. He's going and working and doing kind of like smuggling back and forth. And it's just like, it was so realistic. One of the things about this film that I find so captivating, it felt completely real. Whether it's the performances, whether it's the location, but I was like, yo, this legit feels like a documentary. This feels like this actually was happening. There's a scene where Zayn and Giannis is the little baby, where they were kind of in the house together, and the mother hadn't gotten there, and she had took a long time, and like he had legit had to go and steal some other baby's bottle to try to give Giannis. And if you don't know anything about like babies, they get attached to their mother's breast milk. And the little baby was like, no. And the little baby, he acted so perfectly because that's what I would assume that a baby would do. And he just wasn't eating. And it was just like heartbreaking. It was so viscerally heartbreaking. The performances were amazing. The cinematography was actually really good. Based on the location in Beirut, Lebanon, like they went to all these different locations. But what the director was able to do very well is keep you invested in what was going on. I feel like I've looked at the movie for 2 hours straight, and it's like I felt like I knew the area. I felt like I know, take this bus, take this area, go around this way, like, and that's very rare. And a part of that is like the route that Zayn had to continue to go to try to take care of the baby, or try to go and take care of himself, or try to go and go back and forth. And it was like even when he went home, his home environment was something that they were able to capture very well also, because it was kind of just like chickens everywhere, like these kids are living here, and it's just like, you can tell it is hell for this little boy. But it's like I don't want to spoil anything, but something really tragic happens, and it's just heartbreaking to watch. But the little boy, the actor that plays this role, like he is a powerhouse. Like by the time he gets to be about 19, 18 years old, man, he is gonna be nailing it, because nothing about his performance was flawed to me. It felt real. It felt like this is what a young man at this age, this situation would go through. And like I said, like Graveyard of the Fireflies, like, it's the most depressing movie ever. But one of the biggest parts about it, it's so depressing, so messed up, is that you got a little boy trying to take care of a little girl and like trying to do everything he can to protect him. you know, and it was kind of just like, there was a moment that was like the second or third act of this, I was like, what is this little boy gonna do? I don't want to spoil it, but there's a moment where it was kind of just like, I was like, I don't know what he's gonna do. Like, I really have no clue what he's gonna do. And he was trying, he was pushing, he was trying to do the right thing, and it was like, circumstances were just ripped from him. And I think the biggest thing I would say about, from the moral perspective of this, is the consequence of your reality formulate what happens everywhere. What I mean by that is, these people's circumstances put them in the worst kind of situations, whether it be Rahil, who's Giannis's mother, whether it be his parents, whether it be him. Like, the circumstances put them in this situation where it was like, there was no return. And it's heartbreaking too, because when you finally get to the actual trial and stuff like that, and they kind of recalling the story, and you're looking at like the weight of it all, like hitting everybody as much as the crowd, it was just like, wow. And then the end shot, I think, was a perfect end shot. Like, this movie, honestly, to me, could easily be nominated. It could be easily be nominated, not just for a best foreign film. I mean, it's got my vote, but easily a best picture, to be quite honest with you. I think that it felt so real, so tangible, it's so visceral, and it was just heartbreaking, but at the same exact time, like, it wasn't like this kid was a bad kid. Like, he just had these circumstances that put him in this situation, and how easily that could have been anybody's kid. Like, if I had a kid that was 12 years old, he was trying to take care of, you know, his baby brother that was the same age, and like, he had nobody to help. Like, what do you think he's supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? And it's hard. It is really hard, but this is a great film. 10 out of 10 for me. I don't have really any nitpicks or faults. I mean, some stuff, like, I think it kind of drew a little long with certain things when it came to the prison sequences, but I think it didn't over dramatize what it could be from a juvenile standpoint. But I thought it was great. I think you should definitely go and check out Capernaum if you can, and whether you know it or not, the title actually means chaos. Either way, shout out to Nadine for directing this. Shout out to Zayn. Shout out to Sony Pictures for allowing me to be able to actually go and check out this screening. But I'll talk to you guys later on. Keep it locked. JVS, we ain't gonna stop. Definitely check it out. It's coming out December the 14th in theaters soon. Okay? Peace, guys.